Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, Repotting Bonsai. In today's video I've got two trays in the workshop. One looks like a Chinese juniper and the other is a larch. They're not my trays, a subscriber reached out on Facebook and asked if I would help him out. He bought the trays 4 or 5 years ago and he only bought them on an off chance. He really didn't know much about them. So all he's been doing is watering the trays and that's it for 4 to 5 years. So it's still got the original wire on. It's never been cleaned, as you can see. All the green moss and everything on it. It's just been watering them, so that it hasn't put much growth on in 4 or 5 years, as it's never been fertilised. And as you can see, that's more hard than the pot. More solid than the pot, I should say. So it's heavily root bound. Obviously it does need a repot and it wants it all cleaning. As for the larch, it's a bit late to repot the larch, so what I'm going to do is slip pot it into a bigger pot, get some more soil in so it can grow a bit better. We have a shed load of corns on and loads of dieback. We've got nothing from here to there on the larch. I suggested to him if he air layers it and create the tree from the bottom. But what I'll do is I'll clean it up, I'll add a bit of wire on, see if we can bend something down into place and something up, and we'll give him the option later on to air layer it. So the first thing I want to start is with the juniper. I'm going to be cleaning all the bark, the branches, checking the wire, which the wire doesn't look that bad because the tree hasn't really grown with it being pot bound and no fertiliser. So it's basically just stopped the same since he's getting it. He didn't have much information on the tree to tell him to fertilise it and that, so he was just watering it for 4 to 5 years. So the first thing we'll do is I'll come in, I'll clean this tree up, do the lime sulphur, we'll check the wire, we'll add a little bit shape back into the tree. It's practically there, just wants tweaking in a bit. I know I say late spring's the best time to repot junipers, but this is squealing for one, so I want to do it. But only late spring's May to June, only 11 days off, so we should be okay. And once all that's done, this should thrive this year, having the repot done. So what I'll do is I'll bring the camera in and I'm not going to boil, I'm just going to use a little bit soapy water, clean it all up. I'll record a bit of it, then I'll finish it off and I'll come in and show you it after all that's cleaned up. Then we'll do the larch last. I'll just put that back in the greenhouse out the way till this one's finished. As you can see, all the branches and that green as anything all the way up the tree. So we'll get that cleaned up. All I'm using is a bit washing up liquid and some warm water, which will help if there's any insects on. It'll kill the insects. Just going to give it a little spray and just clean up with a brush. As you can see, it's just coming up lovely. So what I'll do is I'll speed the video up while I'm doing it, and we'll come back and have a look, because I'm going to have to do all the branches and everything. Well, I've snapped my toothbrush. I might have to go in the house and pinch the wife's. I've pinched a new one. So we can finish cleaning the tray. Time to put some music on. So that's all the cleaning done on the tray. Time to get some lime sulphur on the shari. And what else we have? We have a nice gin coming off the shari at the back, but we can't see it from the front. So what I'm going to do is put a tourniquet on and pull it round a bit after it's been lime sulphured. So I'm not going to bore you. We've got a gin at the top there now. I'm not going to bore you with the lime sulphur. I'll get that done. Then we'll come back and have a look at the tray. So as you can see, all the lime sulphur's done. I've added a guide wire on there just to pull that dead wood round and then the front a bit so you can see it. I've been tweaking the branches as I've been going. There's still a little bit to tweak, but not much. A couple of little long bits to come off. Then it needs a repot. When I was cleaning the branches, I was checking the wire. The wire's okay because it hasn't grown that much to bite in. I'll bring you in and give you a look at the wire, and there's no scarring or no nothing. I added a little bit onto this first branch here just to tweak them too, but other than that it's pretty much done, this tray. There's a little bit of long shoots to come off, which I can do now. I can find my skizzers. So just cut back the wood. You can just piece them off if you wanted. But like I said, there's not that much to come off. If he feeds it well this year after the repot, it should go mad with a bit of luck. But with them not knowing about bonsai, he's getting one of the hardest trees to look after, junipers, because there are a lot of work in junipers. That's why I've only got a couple. He should have just started with something easy till he got the gist of it. But never mind, he's got a nice tree here. She had to kill that branch to come into that, but never mind, these will fill out on the bottom. We'll get some back budding in there, fill these pads out, we'll close that gap since that branch is dead there. But other than that, he's got a nice tree. Just need to keep on top of the maintenance of it, the feeding, the watering and the pinching. Basically that's it. I might add a little bit oil on to polish the bark up for him so it looks nice, which I'll do after the repot, because like I say, we need to get a repot or it's not going to survive another year. When I repot it, I might just put it straight back in the Akadama with it being a good tree instead of using crappy compost. I've got some Akadama there. So I'll get cleaned up and we'll get ready for the repot. Before I do the repot, I want to put a little guide wire on there just to tweak that down a bit, just so we can close that big gap there. I'm just pulling the wire to see if I can make a slot to get this into. Lovely. Copper's a lot harder to work with than aluminium wire. Well, just only wants to go down about that, just to close that gap. So like that. Go, fill that space now. Looks a bit better. Right. So it's time for the repot. So we'll get it out of the pot and tease the old soil off. Why, if there's any soil. The only thing is, I'm going to have to be gentle, I don't bend all the branches. What have I got to I've took it out of there because it's going to start and knock all the branches. back of that wire. That's why I'm totally stuck. So that's pretty much it for the rope work on this tray. We'll get this so they can come out and grow now. It's been in Akadama and something, but the Akadama's broke down. So what I want to do now is wash the roots. I've took off what I can at the bottom, what's growing down. Wash the roots, and I'm going to prepare the old pot because it'll be going back in its old pot. So I've washed all the roots out. There's still a few bits of stones and that in, but we've got plenty of room in the pot now for it to grow. So I'm going to prepare the pot, add some new screens because the other ones were perished. Then we'll add some wiring to tie the tray down. I'm just going to use aluminium wire. All the pots all done. I'm going to be using Akadama because Akadama is good for junipers. Only thing you've got to think of, Akadama decays pretty quick, but with your junipers they need repotting every 2 to 3 years anyway, so the Akadama shouldn't break down before you repot the tree. Just a medium grade Akadama. trying to get the wire under a root. It goes. Yes, got it. Get a bigger shredder. Steady on the tray with one hand and just pulling and twisting the wire. Cut off the access and just tuck them in. Put 2 wires in this so we can get a better hold. Turntable's a headache. Tell you what, I'll come out here, out of the way of the foliage. Well, time to get it filled in, the chopsticks on it, get all the air out and clean the pot. And once the bark dries, I might add a bit of oil on just to spruce it up for them. So with a 3D printed shovel, start filling it in. And with a chopstick, not 1 but 2, start filling it in. I always use 2 chopsticks because they come in pairs, so I'm just telling you to use 2. Or we'll just sell them in singles, and how would you pick your item? As you see, as I'm using the chopstick in my finger, the soil's starting to go down into the pot, which is taking all the air from out the roots and under the tray. Little tap just to get the rest of the air, let it fall into place, and I will just fill up the top. Tell you what, any roots sticking up I'm just going to cut off with my pruning scissors like another. So what I'm going to do is give it a drink of water, come back, clean the pot, oil the pot, and I'll see how it dries, and I might do the bark, or I might just leave it because it's not getting short. Forgot the most important bit. Twist the wires on the bottom. That's it. So I'm just running the water through to clear all the dust out. Should be, see the dirty water coming out the bottom. I've been giving it a good drain, get all that out. So I'm just going to clean and oil the pot now. I'm not going to bother doing the bark because it's, like I say, it's not in a show. You only really put a bit of oil on when you're showing your trees. I will invest in a new one day. Don't know what that is. I wonder. Olive oil is just as good as the camellia oil. So if you're on a budget, just get some olive oil. Or that spray 1% fat. That works pretty well. That's a pot nice and oiled. I think I'm going to top it off with some lava rock. I think it'll look well. So we'll put some lava rock on and the red to make it look good. I'll give the stones a little water, bring out the redness in them. As we little water. Okay, that's it for tray number 1 for the subscriber who got in contact and asked us to see if I could sort them out for him. With this tray, he's going to have to protect it from the winds, so he's going to need like a sheltered area to keep it in. No fertilising yet, wait at the end of May. Just start off on a waste solution till I get some new roots, then start from there. So we've got 1 tray down and 1 to do for him. What I'll do is, I'll do that on another video, because the video will be on ages. So we'll call this part 1. The larch we'll do, we'll call it part 2. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't, please subscribe. And I'll catch you in part 2. See you soon, folks.